Hello students, last class we have completed the theory portions of metals and non-metals. So in this class what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss metals and non-metals exercise. So all of you please open your textbook and keep it with you. We'll discuss the exercises. Okay, and you have to finish the exercises and you have to send me in WhatsApp. So here the page number 53. So you can see that exercises, which of the following can be beaten into thin sheets? There are four options: zinc, phosphorus, sulfur, and last one is oxygen. Of course, what is the answer? Which of the following can be beaten into thin sheets? Metals are beaten into thin sheets. Which is metal in that? Phosphorus is a non-metal, sulfur is a non-metal, oxygen is a non-metal. So only answer is zinc, because zinc is a metal. That is the first answer. My second question, what is my second question? Which of the following statement is correct? All metals are ductile, all non-metals are ductile, generally metals are ductile, some non-metals are ductile. So we have to always, in case of metals or non-metals, we have to always say generally. Okay, we cannot say all because there are some exceptions. So generally metals are ductile. So the answer is generally metals are ductile. Generally metals are ductile. So we'll move to the third question, page number 54. What is the fill in the blanks? Phosphorus is a very dash non-metal. Phosphorus is a reactive non-metal. It is very reactive. Phosphorus is very reactive. That is why it is used in crackers. Sulfur is also reactive. Phosphorus is also reactive. So fill in the blanks. Third A. That is what answer is reactive. Phosphorus is very reactive non-metal. What is my B there? Metals are dash conductors of heat and electricity. See, metals are what? They are the good conductors. Good conductors of heat, and another one is there, that is electricity. So metals allow the heat to pass through them. Metals allow the electricity to pass through them. So metals are the good conductors of heat and electricity. Metals are the good conductors of heat and electricity. So iron is dash reactive than copper. So what is iron is dash reactive than copper means iron is more reactive than copper. Iron is more reactive than copper. So metals react with acids to produce dash gas. So metals react with acids. Acids are means which gas they have? HCl, HNO3, H2SO4. Which is the gas present in that? HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. Of course hydrogen. So metals are react with acids to produce hydrogen gas. Metals react with acids to produce hydrogen gas. Okay. So here this come across with third one is over. So please note down all this. What is third one? That is phosphorus is very reactive non-metal. So you can with pencil you can write down there. Okay. Metals are dash conductors of heat and electricity. That means metals are good conductors of heat and dash is there, that is electricity. Iron is dash reactive than copper. Iron is really more reactive than Fe is more reactive compared to copper. Copper is the least reactive. Metals react with acids to produce dash gas. Metals react with acids to produce which gas? Hydrogen gas. So these are the up to 3 questions over. Any doubts if you have, you can ask me. So now mark T if the statement is true and F if it is false. We have to go through the statements. If it is true, we have to mark it as T. If it is false, we have to mark it as F. So first statement, generally non-metals react with acids. Listen, generally non-metals will not react with acids. Only in some cases they react with acid, but generally they are not reactive. So metals react with acids, but non-metals does not react with acids. In your section also, which I have discussed, reaction with non-metals, even though you don't remember reaction of non-metals with acids, it is okay. Okay, because it is there for your higher class. It is not, even though you don't remember it, better you don't remember it. So it is there for higher class. Otherwise, it is still confusing. So you react the only you what remember the reaction of metals with acids, not with reaction of non-metals with acids. Okay. So here, first one, generally non-metals react with acids. Generally non-metals react with acids. This is false. Because metals react with acids, but generally non-metals does not react with metals. Sorry, yes, general non-metals does not react with acids. So sodium is a very reactive metal. First one is false. Non-metals react with acids is false. Sodium is a very reactive metal. This is true. What happens? Sodium is a very reactive metal. That is why it is kept in stored under kerosene. Both sodium and potassium are stored under kerosene. Why? Because they are very reactive when they are exposed to air. They catch the fire very quickly. If they can catch the fire very quickly means they can produce large amount of heat. So that is why they are kept in under kerosene. So sodium is very reactive means this is true. So fourth one, first is false. Second one is true. So please note down this. Okay. I will rub it later. Third one, copper displaces zinc from zinc sulfate solution. See, copper is the least reactive metal. So highest reactive metal displaces least reactive metals from their solutions. But copper is the least reactive metal. It cannot displace anything from other solution. So copper cannot displace zinc from its solution. So what we can say, this is also false. Copper cannot displace, but they have given that it will displace. The displace ಮಾಡ್ತದಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, but actually copper displace ಮಾಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. So that is why it is false, I can say. So then coal can be drawn into wires. Coal can be drawn into wires. See, coal is a non-metal. It is not malleable or ductile. So it cannot be drawn into wires. They have given it can be drawn into wires means it is also false. ಕೋಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ವೈರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಇರ್ತದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ, ಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನೀವು, ಅದರಿಂದ ವೈರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ವೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೆಟಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ವಲಿ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಕಾಪರ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಮೆಟಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದು ವೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ನಾನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ವೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, I hope you all are understood this much. So fifth one is there. I think up to 4 questions. You all are happy with this? Note down all this. So we'll go to the fifth question, fifth main. I will go to fifth main. That is, some properties are listed in the following table. Distinguish between metals and non-metals on the basis of these properties. See, they have given their properties. One side they have given it as metals, other side they have given it as non-metals in book. Okay, so just go on writing with me. So how is the appearance? So I will write what is to be written. Only answers I am going to write. Metals, non-metals. Okay, please complete the exercise. Metals, first one, appearance. The properties they have given what? Appearance. How is the appearance of metal? Hard. So here you have to write soft. Non-metal is appearance is soft. Hardness. So hardness, how it is? So appearance you can say not hard. Appearance we can say lustrous. For metals it is lustrous. For non-metals, non-lustrous. That is shiny surface. Metals are having shiny surface, non-metals are having not shiny surface. Hardness we can say metals are hard, non-metals are soft. Metals are hard, non-metals are soft. Second one. Third one, what is third one? Malleability and ductility. Malleability. Fourth one is ductility. So malleability for metals, they can be beaten into thin sheets, or you can say malleable. Instead of that, you can still say malleable. These are non-malleable. Ductility, these are ductile. These are non-ductile. These are malleable, those are non-malleable. These are ductile, those are non-ductile. Fifth one, heat conduction. Heat conduction, metals are good conductors. Heat conduction, good conductors. Good conductors, these are bad or poor conductors. You can use both the words bad conductors or poor conductors. Last one, conduction of electricity. Yes, again it is possible in metals. Conduction of electricity. These are the good conductors of electricity. Again you can say good conductors. Here also you can say poor conductors. Poor conductors. So remember this. Up to this much you have to remember. Okay. So you can write down good conductors. So you can properly write down good conductors. Those are poor conductors. Okay. So I hope this much is clear. We'll finish off this. I will rub this. Okay. So next we'll go to give reason for the following. Okay. How give reason for the following questions. We'll move to sixth one, that is first, aluminium foil are used to wrap food items. See, aluminium foil are used to wrap food items. I will read all the questions. I will explain once again. Immersion rods for heating liquids are made up of metallic substance. Copper cannot displace zinc from its solution. Sodium and potassium are stored in kerosene. These are the four questions. I will discuss all these. Okay. First one. What is my first question here? Aluminium foils are used to wrap food items. See, what aluminium does? It is using for the food wrapping for food items. Why it is aluminium foil is used to wrap food items? Because it is a metal, first thing, and it has shiny surface. Means it is lustrous. It attracts for food items. For the foiling purpose, it attracts. It is metal, that means it is having the lustrous property. So that property of metals is there, and it is one more important property why it is used is it is ductile. See, it can be drawn into wires, it can be malleable, it can be beaten into thin sheets. How you have tried the answer? Aluminium metal is malleable and ductile, hence it is used as a thin sheet foil. That is, aluminium foil are used to wrap food items. It can be used in the form of foil. Okay, it can be beaten into thin sheets, it can be drawn into wires. Rather than that, you just write aluminium is a metal which is malleable and ductile. Hence, it is used to wrap food items. So, how we have written? Just write because aluminium is a metal which is aluminium is a metal because aluminium is a metal which is malleable and ductile. So malleable is the main answer. You can add ductile also, which is malleable and ductile. So this is our important. Second, B. What is B there? Immersion rods for heating liquids are made of metallic substance because metals are the good conductors of heat and electricity. That is why they are used. Okay. So for the conduction of heat, there is immersion rods are made up of metallic substance because they have to conduct the heat. So for that we need something a good conductor of heat. So good conductor of heat are what? Metals. Non-metals cannot be used because they are poor conductors of heat. Because they are immersion because metals are good conductors of heat. Because metals are good conductors of heat. Yes. C. What is my C here? Copper cannot displace zinc from its solution because copper is less reactive than zinc. Copper is because copper is less reactive than zinc. Since it is less reactive than zinc, it cannot displace zinc from its sulfate solution. See what happens? The most reactive metal displaces least reactive metal from their sulfate solution or aqueous solution. But here copper is itself is a least reactive metal or less reactive metal, so it cannot displace zinc from its sulfate solution because it is less reactive than zinc. Last one, sodium and potassium are stored in kerosene. You already know that. When sodium and potassium are kept open to air, they are very reactive such that they easily catch the fire. Okay, sodium and potassium if kept to air, if sodium and potassium are kept open to air, they easily react with air and moisture. They easily react and catches a fire. They easily react and catches the fire. Catches the fire. So they are stored in kerosene. Okay, you have to remember this, or you can say because. You can say because. This is my D. This is my D. Okay. So up to this is over. Now my seventh question. Shall we move to seventh question? I hope you pause the video and you can note down this. Okay. See. Next we'll move to the next question. That is seventh question. Can you store lemon pickle in an aluminium utensil? Explain. See, we cannot store lemon pickle in an aluminium utensil. Why? See, aluminium is a metal. Lemon pickle means it contains acids. Acids can easily react with metal. Due to that, what happens? The lemon will go off. That means it damages lemon. Okay? It damages lemon means why then there is no use. No. So that is why aluminium, or we can say lemon pickle, cannot be stored in the aluminium utensil. The reason is lemon contains acids, or lemon pickle contains acids. Aluminium is a metal, so the metal reacts with acids. So what happens? It liberates hydrogen gas. Due to this, lemon will not come for long time. Okay, so it damages the lemon pickles. Okay. So that is why we are not using which one, that lemon pickle in, we are not storing lemon pickle in utensils. I hope you all are getting my point. Why lemon pickles are not stored in aluminium utensils is because they contains acids which can react with aluminium, liberating hydrogen gas. This can spoil our lemon pickles. So what is the answer? So I will not write it on the board. You have to just remember what is the answer. That aluminum cannot be used for storing lemon pickles. Lemon pickles contains acids. Aluminium is a metal. Metal reacts with acids. It produces hydrogen gas. This can spoil or damage which one? Lemon pickles. So it is not used for that purpose. So next we will go for the match the substances given in column A with their uses given in column B. Okay. So gold. So this one, if you want, I will write, or you can still just remember this. Okay, or seventh one also I have written all this ones. Let us write this also. Okay. Lemon pickles cannot be stored in aluminium. Lemon pickles are containing acids. Lemon pickles are containing acids. They react with no, because you can say because lemon pickles are containing acids which react with metal, which reacts with metal, which reacts with metal, and H2 gas is liberated. H2, that means H2 means what? Hydrogen gas. H2 gas is liberated. This is which one? Lemon pickles. This is lemon pickles. Okay. So this one is over. Eighth one, match the substances in given column A with their uses given in the column B. Gold. Gold is used as what? Jewelry. So gold is used as jewelry. So gold you just put down in the jewelry column you put 1. For D jewelry is there, no? In front of that you can write 1. That is gold. Gold is used as a jewelry. Next, iron. Iron is used as a machinery. Where we are using in when we were seeing uses of metals. Iron is used as a machinery. We are seeing there metals can be used in a machinery. So that means metals can be used in a jewelry and machinery we are saying. So gold is used as a jewelry. Iron is used as a machinery. In front of machinery you put 2. Third one, aluminium. Aluminium is used as what? Wrapping food. Already we have seen aluminium foils are used to wrap food items. So aluminium is used for wrapping food. So they are directly given only. For in front of wrapping food you can put 3. Carbon. So carbon is what? Carbon is used as a fuel. Coal is a form of a carbon. The coal that we are using is a form of a carbon. Coal we use it as a fuel in factories and in train station. For the train, that is a moving of train, we use coal as a fuel. So that is carbon. Carbon is used as a fuel. So in front of fuel, that is F, you can put 4. Carbon is used as a fuel. Copper. Coppers can be drawn into wires. For the electrical wires, we are using the copper material. Okay. So B, electric wire. There in front of that you can write 5. That is copper. 6th, mercury. Mercury is used in our thermometers. There are 2 types of thermometers: clinical and laboratory thermometer. In both the thermometer, mercury is used, which is a liquid non-metal. So that in A thermometers, in front of that you can put 6. So now we will come to 9th question. What happens when dilute sulfuric acid is poured on a copper plate? Just you have to write the equation. Sulfuric acid and copper, Cu plus H2SO4. What will happen? Hydrogen gas liberates. CuSO4 plus H2. Metals react with acids to liberate the hydrogen gas. They form the salt and they liberate hydrogen gas. So you have to just write the equation. 9A. 9A. Hydrogen gas is liberated ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಬರದ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ liberates ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬರದ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Iron nails are placed in copper sulfate solution. Write word equations of the reactions involved. See, you have to write the word equations also. Word equations means how? You have to write here. Copper reacts with sulfuric acid to form copper sulfate. Along with that, hydrogen gas is liberated. I am not going to write that. You have to write that. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬರೀತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಏನಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕು? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು copper reacts with hydrogen gas. Sorry, copper, the Cu means copper. Copper reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, copper reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to produce copper sulfate, or you can say salt. Along with hydrogen gas is liberated. In this way, you have to write. And iron nails are placed in copper sulfate solution. Iron nails are placed in copper sulfate solution. See, iron means CFe. Copper sulfate solution, CuSO4. What happens here? Displacement reaction. Copper sulfate, I already told you, this is aqueous solution. Iron is more reactive than copper, means copper is displaced. That means Fe comes in place of copper, FeSO4 plus C. So this one you have to remember. Similarly, what we have to write? Iron displaces copper. Iron reacts with copper sulfate and displaces copper from its sulfate solution. You can write that. Okay, it forms iron sulfate. Right? Then 10th question. So I hope you all know this question. Saloni took a piece of burning charcoal. Saloni took a piece of burning charcoal and collected the gas evolved in a test tube. How will she find the nature of gas? Write down word equations of all the reactions taking place in the process. See, how will she find the nature of gas? Saloni took a piece of burning charcoal and collected the gas involved in the test tube. Burning charcoal means what? Charcoal means it's a carbon. So carbon is burning means C plus O2. CO2 is the first equation that is forming. So another one is there. So what they have asked? Write down all the equation. Then this can be reacted with water. This can be reacted with water. See, how will she find the nature of gas? Nature of gas means how you have to think that CO2 plus H2O. Now how it will become CO3 plus H2. H2 gas is liberated. Okay, CO3 plus H2. So how this gas is, whether it is metallic or basic. So I have already told you non-metallic oxides are usually acidic in nature, because how to see here, when carbon dioxide is reacting with water, it is producing H2 gas. It is producing H2 gas means it is acidic in nature. How she will find? Just you write down these two equations. Okay. How she will find this? Just she allowed to react it with the oxygen, and after that given gas is reacted with water. So it produces, if it produces carbonate or liberation of hydrogen gas is there, means it is acidic in nature. Okay. If it is not there, means it is basic in nature. Okay. But here is liberation of hydrogen gas is there, that means it is acidic in nature. I hope you all are clear with this. So I hope this is clear. So last question. Okay, last question. So you can even make it as a blue litmus to red litmus. You can test that. Okay, this CO2 is small drops of water can be put on the CO2 solution in a test tube. In test tube, what happens? It is she has taken it in test tube. That means CO2 is present in test tube. On that, she has to put some amount of water. What will happen? And this solution is allowed to take red litmus to blue litmus, or red litmus paper is taken in that solution. Okay, since it is acidic, it will not convert red litmus to blue litmus. Another blue litmus paper is taken and put it inside the solution. That time what happens? It converts blue litmus to red litmus. So that is why we can say it is acidic in nature. Okay. So I hope you all are clear with this. So last question is there. One day Ritu went to a jeweler shop with her mother. Her mother gave an old gold jewelry to the goldsmith to polish. Next day when they brought the jewelry back, they found that there was slight loss in its weight. Can you suggest a reason for the loss in weight? See what happens. Ritu went, okay, it is dipped in aqua regia solution. Okay, see what happens. Gold is a metal. So when they went to goldsmith, it is that gold usually dipped in a solution called aqua regia. After that time, what happens? The shiny surface of that gold will move off. That is why there is a loss in weight. So we can say that is why there is a loss in weight. So these are the things regarding this chapter. So we have discussed almost all the questions in this chapter. Okay. So you have to write all the questions in your fair book. So complete this exercise of chapter number 4. So that is metals and non-metals. In the next class we will start another chapter, but this is very much important chapter. So you have to remember. So please you have to concentrate on this chapter. Metals, properties, non-metals, malleability, ductility. You have to remember all these things and all the exercise I have told you. So please make one separate notebook for science. You can write the notes as well as you can write the exercise in that. So you have to solve the exercise and send me in WhatsApp group or send me to my number. Okay. So solve this exercise completely and send it to my number. So I hope you all are clear with metals and non-metals chapter. So we'll continue with another chapter in the next class.